Sorry, I'm out on the streets today, so that's why you hear a lot of traffic coming in and out. And plus, I don't have my other microphone that I always have. I have this little earpiece thingy here, so it's gonna work for now. it gotta work for now. Um, First, let me tell y'all, we have merchandise that's available. We got T-shirts that are still for sale. We have t-shirts, we got hats that have been brought down to a good price, y'all. So definitely go to perkinscloset.com and purchase anything that you like, anything that you see. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Um, Listen, today we're going to talk about police in Texas. I didn't really want to bring this out because, listen, I love police officers. I do. Like I said, y'all, like I told y'all before, I have a lot of police friends. I really do. And I have a lot of folks that are regular officers that are ex-lieutenants, captains, and stuff like that. So I have a lot that's actually on the force and not on the force. But like I said, man, I have a great deal of respect for what they do. I have a great deal of respect for the job that they have. I mean, I've always wanted to be a police officer one point in time, but obviously now I can't do that for some reasons that I will go in later on in life. But anyway, so two disclaimers. First one was the traffic. I already said that. Second thing is my voice has been horrible. So if I sound different, it's my voice. I apologize for that. My throat has been killing me. So if you have any throat remedies, let me know, please. Let me know, please. I've been trying everything. I've been trying hot water. I've been trying cold water. I've been trying ice, and it's been disturbing my sleep. Been disturbing my sleep, people. Anyway, let's get back into this. So, like I said, I have a great deal of respect for police officers. I have a great deal of respect for those in authority. You know, I truly believe that we as individuals we should be respecting them, but I also feel that they should be respecting us as folks. You know, and being black in America, is a tough one because of the fact is that when it comes to the police department, we don't know if we're going to get killed or not. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not always my thought. Whether I get pulled up by a police, like, oh my God, today it might be my last day. No, I leave it all in God's hands because God's the one who controls whether I die or not. God's the one who controls whether I'm going to be hospitalized or not. God is the one who controls whatever happens to me. You dig? But, it's definitely a tough one because I don't know. I just feel that as being black, you're more susceptible to being pulled over and being stereotypes and everything like that. You know, which is sad. Like I said, no one should have that type of fear whenever a police officer stops you. You know, or looking over his shoulder to make sure that a cop is not nearby. But I mean, there's been times where I had a cop follow me I'll be in town, and then 10 minutes later on, the cop will still be following me, and I'm like, dude, why are you following me? If you're gonna pull me over, just pull me over, you know? And then finally they'll pull me over, license and this, and I'm like, all right, so why'd you pull me over? You know, what's the reason? And sometimes they tell me, sometimes they don't. And I'm just like, dude, what's going on? And then of course, the only thing that they could really get me on was my registration sticker because I've always just kept down a notch for where the speed limit is. So speed limit is 70. I would always be on going 65. If speed limit is 65, I'll go 60. Like, come on now. You know, like, the only thing you're going to get me on, officer, is my registration sticker, and that's it. And so that's just crazy, you know? But, you know, I think I'll tell y'all the story now. So one time I was dropping my girlfriend off at nighttime, and I ran a yellow light. But of course, when I finally crossed over on my side, it was red, and then of course, going to the other side, it was red. Police officer was a little further down. Then he followed me for literally about 10 minutes because the speed limit went from like 45 down to 35, and I'm like, what the heck? And so we finally get to their little town square, and the cop is like, oh, license and insurance. So I'm like, all right, bro, like, what you pulled me over for? And so he tells me, he's like, license and insurance. I'm like, okay, what do you pull me over for? Because naturally, for me, if you're gonna pull me over, there gotta be a reason why you pulled me over. And the officer never stated it until things started getting hot and heavy. The reason why he pulled me over. And so anyway, so of course I had my girlfriend just yelling in my ear, like, I just gave it to him, just gave it to him. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to figure out, like, what's up? I'm trying to figure out why this guy pulled me over. Like, he never told me the reason. And so of course I have her in my ear, then I had the officer in my ear, and I had myself in my ears. and so finally he tells me, oh, because you ran a red light, and I ran your plate, your inspection sticker was out, and this and that. I'm like, man, that's some banana honky. That you see me running a red light, because when I didn't run a red light. So then after that, he just told me, get out the car, and I was like, all right, well, you know, for your safety and my safety, you know, can we get another officer here? No, I said, get out the car. I said, sir, for your safety and my safety, because at the end of the day, that police officer don't know what I got in the car. That police officer don't know what I got under the seat. That police officer don't know nothing. So you want to go home to your little wifey, right? All right, I want to go home to. I want to drop my girlfriend off safely, okay? So, but it was just like the officer wasn't having it, and so finally he opened the door and he pulled out a taser. I was like, listen, bro, I'm getting out. I was not getting tased in the car. Like, I've seen videos of people getting tased, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't for me. So I just got out of the car. And then, so then he put me in handcuffs and stuff. Never read me the never read me the Miranda rights, and never told me the real reason why I was getting pulled over and stuff like that. So I'm just like, dude, this is crazy. So sorry about that. So anyway, so like I said, he never read me the Miranda rights, put me in cuffs, put my girlfriend in cuffs and stuff like that. And then they searched the car and stuff, and of course they didn't find nothing, because I don't do nothing. Like, literally, I don't do nothing. I follow the law. I obey the law. So you're not gonna find no drugs in my car. You're not gonna find no weed in my car. Reason why I say weed is because people don't classify weed as drug anymore. That's weird. Anyway, so you're not gonna find no weed in my car. You're not gonna find no weapons in my car. You might find a knife, and in fact, there was a knife in my car, but for some reason he didn't find that. Okay. So yeah, and then, you know, now after that, more cruisers started coming out. Now I'm like, oh, so now y'all come, right? And then one guy was like, oh, you should have just complied. And I'm just like, I wasn't hearing after that. You know, you got me in cuffs. You're saying that I was resisting arrest. I wasn't resisting arrest. I was asking you for your safety. Give me some more officers over here, because I want people to see, like, if you're gonna shoot me, I want it to be let it be known around your white buddies that you just shot me. You know. But anyway, so thank God it didn't go down like that. And then what happened after that? We went to the cop car, and we got processed into jail. So my girlfriend, she got processed into jail too. and it was just crazy, you know. So anyway, back to me. So I mean, I stayed overnight, and I was like, yo, I've never been on this side of the law, and it was crazy because I mean, I've worked in jail, but to be on the other side of the law where you are in jail is like, whoa, this is crazy. Um, and then eventually, you know, the magistrate, which is the judge, comes in the morning time, reads me the charges, and he says, "Oh, it was for resisting arrest, which wasn't true, and then failure to show ID, which that was true, you know. But I want you to tell me why we get pulled over." So, because of that one mistake, now I gotta live with a criminal record now, and that's just crazy. But of course, I want to speak to whoever I gotta speak to see if I can get that taken off my record. I don't know if I can or not. But then again, I'm not trying to pay a fee just to hear some lawyers tell me stuff I already know. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, but eventually, though, they did drop the resisting arrest charge because that was just baloney. So they dropped the resisting arrest, and then of course they kept the failure to show ID, failure to identify. So they kept that, and I'll tell you now, I'm a bad boy, mama. Nah, I'm playing. I'm not boasting about that. I'm not boasting about that. But to me, like I said, that's just crazy. So anyway, so that happened. But like I said, you know, we as individuals, I know we gotta put the cop at ease, but they should be putting us at ease too. I know they got a job to do and they got a family to come home to, but guess what? We as black folks, we got a family to come home to. We got girlfriends, we got lovers, we have wives, husbands to go home to. So y'all should be also putting us at ease, not just y'all, you know. But like I said, for me, I do respect cops. I mean, they got a tough job, man. They really do have a tough job, and I respect them for that, you know. But I truly feel that they should not be abusing their powers. They should not be misusing their powers. Just because you got a power doesn't mean that you get to use it and abuse it. Come on, somebody. So that's that. So now let's go on to our second part. If you're gonna move to Texas, what is it like? If you're gonna move to Texas, what is it like? And for me, unless you have a job here, I got some booty sweat. Unless you have a job here, I would tell you, I mean, unless you've already looked for a job and already got your apartment, got your house, good for you. But if you're going to do it the way I did it, I would tell you have a lot of money in your bank account before you do it. Because if you don't, you might be homeless and you might be broke. And that's going to suck, both of them. Like for me, I'd rather be broke than homeless. Like I'd rather be broke than, because I ain't sleeping on no street. The streets is hard. I slept on floors before, and that's pretty hard. I slept on grass. That was pretty hard. I slept on dirt, and that was pretty hard. But I never want to sleep on a sidewalk or on a park bench for the rest of my life. Never. So, if you want to move to Texas and you did it the way I did it, definitely plan ahead. Definitely plan your steps accordingly, because you don't want to put yourself in a position of stupidity and harm. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, it will be difficult and it will be hard for the first few months or so. I mean, I've known people that move here and they excel, and then I know people like me who move here and don't excel. You know, but you just gotta really stay faithful to the cause. You really gotta say, you know what, no matter what, I'm just gonna stick in there. No matter what, I'm just gonna hang tough. No matter what, I'm gonna try my best, you know, because at the end of the day, it's me versus me, you know, and of course for me, I don't really have a place to go back to in New York, you know, Cause I'm not going back to my mama's house like, hey mom, I moved out a couple months, 4 years ago, but I'm moving back. I never want to do that. So yeah, you can say I'm a little prideful of that one, but it's all about stability. I'd rather have stability. I'd rather have comfort than to put myself back in a position of uncomfort and instability. So, so yeah, most definitely, if you're gonna move out of Texas, do the way I do it. Definitely have more money in your bank account. Definitely network. Once you get here, network, or even beforehand, network. See what's out there. See what's the possibility of you working. See where you can put your hands to. See where you can get busy and get down with. Another thing, especially if you're a Christian, always find a good church. I spent months, and actually years, actually finding a good church, because the church culture, as I said before, wasn't like the church culture in New York, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a church culture in New York, in Texas, and it's just totally different. Like I've had more community with those who I was in community with. I had more community with those in New York than it was in Texas. So that's why I tell y'all, if y'all are Christians and stuff like that, always try to find that community here in Texas, because it is going to be difficult. It is going to be hard, because you won't experience that as much. So yeah, that's that. Dress accordingly. Summertime, it be hot. Listen, I burned my feet, and my feet were in my shoes. So dress accordingly. Summers do be getting hot. Summers getting around to like 100 degrees. I think even this summer it got up to like 100 degrees. And do not believe Texans when they tell you that cold front's coming through, because what that really means is just 80 degrees and blowing wind. That's what that means. Do not believe Texans. I'm gonna say it again. Do not believe Texans when they tell you that there's a cold front coming in. All it is 80 degrees and the wind blowing. And sometimes that wind is hot. It's like someone's hot breath all in your face. So do not believe it. That's like believing a Mexican. That's like believing a Mexican saying that the jalapeno ain't hot. Yeah, that happened to me. I believe that Mexican. He lied to me. My mouth was on fire. My mouth was burning. I took a piece of that jalapeno. I was like, oh my God. His wife had to give me some milk because my mouth was burning on fire, man. But anyway, do not believe Texas when they say a cold front's coming through. All it means is 80 degrees and it's still hot, but it has a nice little breeze. But it's like having someone talk to you face to face like this, and them just breathing in your face the whole time. It's horrible, man. It really is. And wintertime, it do get winter out here. So that's also a thing to keep in mind. It does get winter out here. It does get cold out here. This past winter, what we're in currently, we had ice storms. So literally, you going out was a big no-no, because your car would be sliding all over the place. So that was pretty bad. And yeah, you was sliding. I got out of the car one time because I was like on the work. So I got out of the car. I was slipping and sliding everywhere, bro. It was crazy. So like I said, they do get winters out here, and it does get cold. And then for the last few years I've been here, we've had snowstorms and stuff like that. So it's been pretty wild. So, but Texas is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is a nice, beautiful area. There's nice things to see and stuff like that. So I would tell you consider it. Put it on your list. So it's Perkinstalks. That's all we got for Texas. I'll definitely see y'all next time. Definitely talk to y'all next time. Be well, y'all. Saturday, let's talk. Sit down and talk.
Okay.
Peace out, y'all.